what are some misconceptions about assault rifles? Because I think like every time I think I don't know, Democrats get talking on this issue, I just feel like there's so much misinformation out there, and I feel like a lot of people who aren't familiar with guns think that more things, like more guns are assault rifles than there really are, and I think people
Well,
don't know about attachments. It's just like it seems like a lot to know.
assault rifle. So I assume you're talking about assault weapon. So assault
Yeah.
rifle has a very specific definition, and that's it's a rifle of intermediate caliber with a selective fire capability. So that's like your overseas like full auto like army military weapons, right? Um, you can have assault rifles here, but you have to have special tax stamps and special background checks, and like it costs a lot of money. Most of the time, what they're talking about is assault weapon, which is a made up fairy tale word that politicians use to make things sound scary, like my AR-15 sounds scary. But in reality, it's, assault rifle. AR doesn't stand for assault rifle, it stands for Armalite rifle. That's a common misconception. People think an AR-15 is an assault rifle, but it's actually not.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It's a sporting rifle. Like mine, you can't really see it from this angle, but I use mine for, competition, for example. So, it's a civilian rifle that's, the biggest misconception though, besides like obviously the terminology, is that they always want to grab the AR-15s because they're scary sounding, right? But in reality, rifles of all types account for a very small portion of gun deaths. In fact, the vast majority of gun deaths are caused by handguns.
Hmm.
So why would you even go for the ones that cause so few deaths per year, right? I mean, it's in the hundreds. It's very, very low. Like the criminals aren't buying $1,000, AR-15s and using it in crime. They're stealing cheap handguns and using
Right.
it. So that's probably the biggest thing, is that so many people falsely believe that AR-15s are killing thousands of Americans each year, and it's an epidemic of AR-15 violence. Because that's what you would think if you didn't know anything, if you didn't know any better. That's why we have these gun advocacy groups. And the best ones right now are the Firearms Policy Coalition, the FPC, and Gun Owners of America, GOA. They are both very, very good groups that help educate the public. And they also file lawsuits against districts and states that make unconstitutional gun laws, and are actually actively out there fighting against some of these unconstitutional gun laws that are coming through. And they've been successful. So if you want to learn more, I would definitely go to either Firearms Policy Coalition website. They have a lot of really good resources for learning about the common misconceptions. And the Gun Owners of America, also a really great organization. Now, these have kind of overtaken the NRA because, as we all know, the NRA
Hmm.
is full of fucking old fuds who are lobbyists and evil as fuck. So,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, we don't really do the NRA anymore. It's GOA and FPC. Do a lot of really good stuff for gun advocacy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm.
So the GOA and the FPC, and what does the FPC stand for again?
Firearms Policy Coalition. They're
Oh,
awesome.
okay. Awesome. I will check those out. Yeah, guns were very scary to me, the idea of them for a long time. But then it was part of my sort of getting out of my liberal brainwashing. It's like, no, like what like once you own a house, I'm not there yet, but it's like, yeah, of course. It's like you have, and especially if you have like a family or loved ones to protect, even
Yeah.
if it's just you.
Yeah.
Um, there's just so many
Yeah.
reasons
I mean,
being a
for me, like, I'm a self-defense advocacy, and I've done women's self-defense advocacy for a very long time, right? And the biggest thing for me is trying to convince women that like guns aren't scary. Like, just go try it. I think that if you should come to Texas and shoot one with me. You'd have a
yeah, I was just
blast. It would be
there.
so much fun.
I've been to
And
the Austin shooting range. That was maybe 6 months ago or so.
yeah. Well, yeah, like come out and shoot some really fun guns. And the problem is it's kind of sad, but like, I've done a lot of firearms training for women. And unfortunately, what inspires women to come out for the first time is often like they've been raped, they've been robbed, they've been stalked, assaulted, burglarized, whatever. And so they've already gone through a trauma, and getting a gun and training is like a reaction for them to the trauma, and trying to, and it could be a really good part of therapy to become empowered, and they want to feel like they're in control of their safety, which is great. It's almost as effective as therapy. Learning how to shoot or learning how to defend yourself. But at the same time, I wish that more women would be proactive and learn how to defend themselves, and learn how to protect themselves before they become victims, because some of those, not all of them obviously, but some perhaps could have been prevented if we could have just gotten self-defense training early on. So that's kind of what we try to do, is like advocate for proactive self-defense, right? Because
That makes
everybody thinks
sense.
it's never going to happen to them. Everybody thinks it's not going to happen to them. But I've seen so many horrific things that it's like, I just want everybody to be able to defend themselves. That's it.